What about you, David? School is an important thing in your life.
Mine was different from hers, man. I come from like really strict background, educational wise. I don't think, I can't remember, I don't think anybody in my bloodline has been a musician, or entertainer.
Did you grow up in Africa?
Yeah, I grew up in Lagos. At first, grew up in Lagos with my family, big family. I grew up with all my cousins. We all lived together, like all around the same area. My first thought of music was probably when I was probably like 12. Because when I was young, my mom used to throw parties a lot. She would throw a party for anything: graduation, naming ceremony, birthdays. So
like
just
big
from liking.
ones.
I just like to have fun. I was very hyper when I was little.
I like this mindset.
They don't give me sugar. Like when I was young, they can't give me sugar because I was running everywhere. But I like parties and just excitement. So I think from there, that's when like the entertainment drive. But with music, because I come from a family that you go to school, after you go to school, you go and work for my dad in the company, big company. That's how it goes.
That's the path.
Yeah. I was different. I'm the last child of my family. All my siblings went to school in London, in America. I was the only one that stayed in Nigeria with my parents. I have, I'm really cultured African-wise. But time went by, and then I had a cousin that was a musician and he took me to the studio one day. And then I went to the studio with him.
First time?
First time ever. Like,
Ever?
Just opened the studio, like. And I watched them like make music. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is how they make it and stuff. And I kept on going back to that studio, like once in a while.
What kind of music?
Like African music.
Okay.
African? Did you have like kind of idol at this time?
Yes, D'banj, P Square.
Okay, those guys.
P Square, yeah.
That time. So from then I just kept on going. But I never told my dad, because my mom passed when I was 11. So I grew up mainly with my dad, just me and my dad. So but I never told my dad. I had a studio in the house. My dad didn't know.
In
Really?
your own house?
Yes, I had a studio in the house.
Not too loud for
Stop
him?
it. That's great. That's
He was
not
too
possible.
busy. Like he stays upstairs. Like you know what I'm saying. Like
You're sure it's a house? It's not.
It means that you had a
big.
big mansion.
Yeah,
it was
big.
You had a big mansion. Yeah, for
20-something
sure.
That was a
Like-
big house.
How much?
Like 20-something rooms. Like it was big.
Yeah,
okay.
big mansion.
So, and I'm on like this floor, he's on like the top floor. And he goes straight to his room. Once he comes back from work, he's going in the elevator and he's going straight to his room. So he never heard the studio. But when I finished high school, I moved to America for college.
Where?
I first moved to Tennessee. But when I moved to Tennessee, Collegedale, Tennessee, that's the first place I went to. But it was like a Christian, he moved me to like a Christian university. Like I was like the only African in like the whole place. So I couldn't stay there because I was just not feeling it. So he moved me to Alabama,
Okay.
2 hours away. He didn't want me to stay in Atlanta. I was born in Atlanta. He didn't want me to stay in Atlanta because
Why?
he thought I'd be distracted. You know, Atlanta, the clubs, everything. So he went to Alabama. But he didn't know that's where the problem would start. Because the school I went to was very musically inclined. They had the best choir. They had the best music program. But obviously, he never let me join it. But then I had a lot of people that, did music there. So when I first got to the school, he dropped me off, went to the school. In the dorm, like where the students stay, upstairs in my room, I'm always hearing like boom, 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 like it's like music upstairs of my room. So I went upstairs one day and I knocked the door. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm always hearing music, like, is it a party or whatever? And the dude opened the door, he had a mini studio in the school.
It was for the student or?
No, just for him.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, like, teach me how much is for all of this? He said, 1,000. I'm like, shit, what's up? I took everything. And I was like, just teach me how to record myself.
That's
and
crazy.
then I'll find my way. So that's really, and this time I'm like 15, 16. But
What
that's
did you
really-
do on that studio?
That studio, I started producing.
Okay.
I went on YouTube, I taught myself. I was watching YouTube every day. Everything is on YouTube. So I was watching YouTube every day, and then I mastered recording myself. You know what I'm saying? So this is like this period, like I'm in school, but I'm like not in school, but my dad doesn't really know. And then back home, the artists are blowing up. So I'm like, man, I have to go back home. I don't have time. Like everybody's blowing. All my friends that I know from when I left, they're getting big, like blowing up. Like I'm like, man, I gotta go back, bro. I want to go back. I'm telling my, I have to go back. I have to go back. And then one day I just went back, and it was a long thing. That's another story. But I just decided to. I left school, then I moved back to Nigeria without my parents knowing. I just moved back. Like,
when you told at your father that you do music.
I didn't ask him. I moved back, and he heard.
He figured it out.
Okay.
You know, so after a while, you know what I'm saying, like he heard that I came back, and then it was a whole thing. But then I just had to like fight, and I just kept on going. So I dropped a song. When I moved back, he got me.
He got you?
Yeah, the first time I moved. Yeah, when I moved back to like really do the music, he got me, and then like, sent me to school.
Again,
but this time in the village, not in Alabama.
No studio.
No studio. This is no.
That's crazy.
He puts me, the owner of the head of the school. This is his door. This is my door. So every day when he's going to school,
It was a school or a prison?
Huh?
School or prison?
Same thing basically. But from there, and then I started from there. I did a song. So, but the deal was, if I go to school in the village, he will build me a studio. So I go to school. I go to school for 2 weeks in the village, straight 2 weeks, no phone, no internet, nothing. Then I come back for that weekend. Then I go back to school for 2 weeks. But he'll build me studio. He'll give me anything I need. He'll give me everything I need. So every 2 weeks, I'll go to I had the best studio in Lagos. But it was only open every 2 weeks. So every time I go every 2 weeks, all the artists will come because I had the best equipment. So that is where I was getting leverage because I had the best studio and I was letting people record for free. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started meeting, I met D'banj, started meeting a lot of people. I met a lot of people then on Olamide, I started meeting people. So I did a song. So I was like, Dad, I've been in school for 4 months now. What's up, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? So he gave me some money. I shot a video. I dropped it. Back to school. So I don't have phone. I mean, I dropped the song. I've gone to school for like 3 weeks. I don't even know what's going on. Like, so my boy went to the city from school. He came back. He said, oh, I said, what?
Crazy.
He said, the song is going
Everywhere.
crazy. I'm like, are you sure? I was like, no,
which
you're
one?
lying to
Which
me.
song?
Before Davido, it's back when, right before Davido. Yeah.
This is good song.
I said, are you sure? Because I don't want to run away again and I'm hooked. Because my plan was like, man, if I blow up, I'm running away again. I'm not doing this. So I did that song. I kind of was going to shows. Then my dad was hearing that I'm going to shows. So that passed, we was fine for a while. But then when I did Dami Duro, Emma Dami Duro, it became the biggest song in Africa.
The first big one.